making a sacrifice.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
Another good point I want to bring out today, since this is the Sabbath, is in Isaiah 58. Isaiah 58. Hey, Wes, you gonna read?
Which one? That's the one, too. Isaiah 58
13th verse.
and 13th verse. If thou turn away thy foot from the Shabbat, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Shabbat a delight, the holy of Yahweh honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words. Then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahweh, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of Yahweh hath spoken it.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now, if we know what it says here, some people read this and don't really comprehend the understanding of what this is saying. It says, if thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, for doing thy pleasures on my holy day. In other words, doing your thing rather than doing his thing. On this day, he told us to have a holy convocation. It's a law that he gave us in Leviticus 23. I've read this many times. Leviticus 23, this is a law. Leviticus 23 and the first verse.
Leviticus 23, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation.
Now this is what the Almighty commanded of Moses to do to the people. Same thing Moray is supposed to do today. All right, now watch what it says, the third verse.
6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is a Shabbat of rest, a holy convocation.
If we're supposed to have a holy convocation, that means therefore you're supposed to be in the Bible class. We call it Bible class, but in Scripture identifies it as a holy convocation. Since at 6 days, same as today, 6 days shall work be done. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. A holy gathering, that holy convocation means a holy gathering, a holy meeting. We're supposed to all be together here on the Sabbath day. This is a law. They know that third verse. This is a law. It says 6 days shall work be done. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. And holy convocation. This is what must happen on the Sabbath day. Everybody must be coming together as one in the holy convocation. In the assembly, I say this is one of the greatest assemblies on the planet Earth, the house of Israel. This congregation that we got here, I think is the greatest. We got some of the greatest teachers here in this Bible class. Plus we got one of the greatest head teachers in this Bible class. I can understand why nobody wants to be here on Sabbath day. Well, we are taught the greatest knowledge on this planet Earth that could be taught to any people. You're taught that right here in this Bible class. All nations in the future have to come and hear what you're getting today free. Look at Isaiah 2. What you're getting here free, People going to break their neck to get it in the future. Look at Isaiah 2. We taking all this for granted. People come to class when they feel like it. That's a law. Look at Isaiah 2. Start the first verse.
The word that Isaiah, the son of Amoz, saw concerning Yehudah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days.
Take note, in the last days, in the future,
that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
take note, all the nations that are left from the Almighty's destruction, all of these nations going to have to come to Jerusalem. Now watch what they're going to have to say. Third verse.
And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the Elohim of Yaakov, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law.
See there, all nations got to come and learn the laws in Jerusalem in the last days. Take note of that. And third verse said, many people should go and say, Come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Elohim of Yaakov, which same God we serve today. There's only going to be one God left, because the Almighty did all the gods that made not the heavens and the earth shall perish from under the earth. That means JC and Uncle Al got to go. Because all nations got to come and serve Yahweh in the last days. That's fourth verse said, and he shall judge amongst the nations.
And shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their sword into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Once these nations learn the judgments of the Almighty, there's not going to be no more wars on this earth. He said they should beat their swords and their pruning hooks, and their spears, beat their swords and their plowshares, and their spears and the pruning hooks, and nations shall not lift up swords against nations, neither shall they war anymore. This just goes to show you just how great the Almighty's laws are. Hallelujah. Because these laws brings about total peace. And Solomon wrote that in the book of Proverbs. Watch what Solomon said about the laws. They bring about total peace. You can understand why we as a people have the problems that we have today amongst ourselves. It's because we don't live by the laws. If we live by the laws, there will be total peace amongst us. No strife, no contention, no war. Watch what Solomon says about the laws. Proverbs 18:18.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 18.
Some of y'all don't see how great these laws are. I'm going to show you just how great these laws are, what these laws bring about if you apply them to your life.
The lot causeth contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty.
So that's what it's going to do in the future. When all nations got to come to Jerusalem, this going to bring about world peace. These laws that we are living by today are supposed to bring about peace amongst us. Because it said the lot, what is the lot? The lot is the law and the commandments. That's the lot.
Yes, sir.
The bottom line to man's salvation is the laws and the commandments. That's why in Psalms 119 it said, great peace have they which love the law, and nothing shall offend them. The law is the law. But notice the 19th verse there. This is what causes problems. People don't want to acknowledge. This is what causes problems amongst us.
A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city.
Anger and hatred. Take note, this is what caused the ill feelings and the strife and the hatred amongst us. Somebody got their feelings hurt or get their feelings hurt, took offense. See, once a person is offended, then they become offensive. A concern with an attack against the person that offended them. In other words, payback. And we got a law pertaining to that. If we look at Leviticus 19th chapter, these are things you got to be awful careful about when you're living by these laws or trying to live by these laws. Because as a people, our people are very impulsive, quick to get angry. And once that anger kicks in, nonsense kicks in. Your brain shuts down. When you get angry, your brain shuts down. You can't think right. Now, what the Almighty gave us in this law here, these laws you got to always be mindful of. Leviticus 19:18 verse.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge.
What is avenge? So you got to really do some study on these words when you read them, so you get a full understanding. Because like I said, all you're getting, get understanding. What is avenge?
Somebody saying...
You got 3 or 4 different definitions. You got avenge, revenge, vengeful. It means payback, getting evil, getting even, launching a personal vendetta. That's what it is. It's something personal that a person has against another person. It's not the law. Because if we live by the law, Solomon did trust in Yahweh and don't lean to your own understanding. Let's get to Proverbs 3:5. This is what Solomon meant when he wrote these things. But we don't think about that when we get angry. All we think about is blood. I'm going to get even with him. I'll show him. Watch what Solomon said, Proverbs 3:5.
Proverbs 3, verse 5. Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart.
How do we do that? We trust in him by doing what the law says. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. But a lot of times we overlook that when you're angry, because when you're angry, you can't think straight. When you're full of hate, all you want is blood, payback. That's not trusting in the Almighty. Trusting in the Almighty is what the law says. Right? That's how you trust in him. Go by what the law says. Somebody did something that offended you, you're not to retaliate against that person. Taking vengeance, I'm going to get even with him. I'll show him. And people do that in all kinds of ways of retaliating. One way you can tell a person that's seeking vengeance, like I said, in their intentions. This is what's going on between Elisha and another former teacher. Look at that, get back there, Proverbs 18:19. Proverbs 18:19. Sometimes you have to take note of what people are doing. And I've seen brothers do this. Constantly kept up contention with Elisha and me. Watch what they do.
A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city.
Now note that last part.
And their contentions are like the bars of a castle.
In other words, there's going to be constant strife and contention between that person and the moraine. And you have to look around sometimes and ask yourself, I've had that problem myself with certain people in the class here, always at odds with me. And see, that answer to that is and their contentions, which means strife and difference. Let's see, there's another word. There's another word I'm looking for. Dispute. Yeah, always dispute what you're saying. Now, over the years, we've seen people do that. We got people going around saying that Elisha is wrong for teaching about the moon, new days, when the new day starts and all that. These are people more than likely are envious or has a grudge or is jealous of Elisha. And as a people, we do suffer from the Willie Lynch syndrome. Distrust and envy of one another. We got to look out for that. Notice that a brother offended, angry, provoked it to anger.
It's harder to be won.
Harder to believe you and me. When you offend somebody, this person, you have fallen out with that person. That person has fallen out with you. You got him mad. You done turned him away from you. Now he wants to shun you. That's what happens. That's what happens in this situation. There's always going to be conflict. I think, brothers, every time Elisha bring up a law, they try to prove him wrong. Constant contention. And when you understand the book, then you can understand the situation that's going on. A lot of people now are saying we don't have to keep the laws here in America. This is attacking Elisha's teachings. We don't have to keep the laws. We don't have to keep the Sabbath day. But if you're ignorant of the scriptures, you're going to fall for that. And another law we keep bringing out that we have to keep bringing out is Exodus, the 31st chapter. This is a scripture all of us need to be mindful of, because we do have some sons of a liar amongst us that's trying to entice the people not to keep the laws. We can't keep the commandments here in America. This is what they teach a lot of them. And I hope some of y'all don't fall prey to this. Now, what's what the Almighty said in Exodus 31 pertaining to the Sabbath? All of us need to be aware of this law. Watch what he says here in the 14th verse. No, 12th verse.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses.
Watch this very careful, because we got people going around telling other people we can't keep the commandments here, nor the laws. Yeah. And they getting numbered, they're winning peoples. Yeah, they are. So you watch what the Creator says. Watch what he says about this matter.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily, my Shabbats ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations.
Take note, throughout our generations forever. Generations, one children after children, generations.
That ye may know that I am Yahweh that doth sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Shabbat, therefore, for it is holy unto you. That's why we keep the Sabbath day. Some of us see this as a regular day of recreation. Going shopping, cleaning the house, washing the car. No, this is a holy day unto us, because this is the day the Almighty sanctified and made holy. This day, this is the only day he made holy. Read that again, 14th verse. Ye shall keep the Shabbat, therefore, for it is holy unto you. That's right. That's why we got to keep the Sabbath day. It's holy unto us. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work, take note there, what he said there. Whoso does any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. If you work on the Sabbath day. Yep. Keep reading. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Shabbat of rest, holy to Yahweh. Holy to Yahweh. That's what this day is all about. Holy to Yahweh. Whosoever doeth any work in the Shabbat day, he shall surely be put to death. That's the death penalty. Working on the Sabbath day. And look at all that millions of Christian brothers and sisters out there working on the Sabbath day.
cleaning house, doing everything that the Almighty say don't do. And you all are blessed that you got teachers in here that teaching this to y'all. Am I right? Yes. We're teaching this to you all. We're trying to earn you all your salvation. We're trying to help get you all home. And that's what we are, all right? My raise over here. That's all of our desire, is to get us all home. I know we ain't all going home though. But you're going to get the ticket from us. I guarantee you that. Because we're going to teach you in the right way. Now watch what it says in the 16th verse. Y'all got to remember that. This is the Sabbath day. Yes, sir. The 7th day of the week.
Wherefore, the children of Israel shall keep the Shabbat, to observe the Shabbat throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant.
Take note, how long was the Sabbath day?
Perpetual.
What that mean?
Forever.
Forever. Now watch, he's going to say the same thing in the next verse. A perpetual covenant. Watch what he says in the next verse.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
How long is forever? See, he repeated himself. He repeated himself, that you don't forget that. Let's go over that again.
It is a sign between me.
Now read 14th verse, we're going down.
14th verse, yes sir. You shall keep the Shabbat therefore, for it is holy unto you.
That's why you keep the Sabbath day. It's supposed to be a delight, a day, a holy day unto Yahweh.
Yes, sir. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever...
Who said that?
Yahweh.
Who said they're going to be put to death?
Yahweh.
The Almighty said that. That's y'all be afraid to do any kind of work around the house. He said you're going to die if you do any kind of work around the house. Some of y'all take this very lightly. We don't play the Almighty like Mr. Softy. When he says something, he means it. He's very dreadful. All right, keep reading.
For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
There you go. That's what you're doing. Keep reading.
6 days may work be done, but in the 7th is the Shabbat of rest, holy to Yahweh.
Take note. Holy to the Almighty. That's the way you're supposed to see it, the Sabbath day. Holy to the Almighty.
Whosoever doeth any work in the Shabbat day, he shall surely be put
to death. That's the death penalty. Not observing the Sabbath day.
Wherefore, the children of Israel shall keep the Shabbat, to observe the Shabbat throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant.
Forever. We got people saying we don't have to keep the laws here. See, if you don't know this, they can get over on you. If you don't know this here, they get right over on you. They let that slip right past you. And they are fooling people to thinking that they don't have to keep the Sabbath day. He said it is a sign between me, 16th verse. Therefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations. Talking about us today.
For a perpetual,
for everlasting covenant. Then he comes right back and repeats himself in the 12th, 17th verse.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested.
He rested, and we're supposed to rest. He rested and was refreshed. You're not supposed to rest and be refreshed. All right, get back to Isaiah 58. Pertaining to the Sabbath day. 13th verse again.
Isaiah 58, beginning at verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Shabbat, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day.
That's what he wanted to do. Whatever we used to do, we don't do no more once you become Israelite. Because this day is holy. His holy day. Now watch what it says. If turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasures, or what?
On my holy day.
My holy day. He said his holy day. He's the one that made it holy.
And call the Shabbat a delight.
Call it a what?
A delight.
How many of y'all see the Sabbath day as a delight? We both call this day a delight, not a burden. People frown up, I can't do nothing. I can't drive my car, I can't wash my car. This is the day that's supposed to be a delight. He gives you 6 days to do everything else.
That's right.
Wash, clean, iron, whatever you got to do in the 6 days to do it. But on the 7th day, you don't do it. Because it's holy unto Yahweh. All right? We're supposed to call this day a delight. And what else?
The holy of Yahweh.
Take note, and the holy of Yahweh. Because God the Sabbath day a delight.
The holy of Yahweh.
The holy of Yahweh. He made it holy.
Honorable.
Honorable.
And shall honor him.
And should honor him.
Not doing thine own ways.
Not doing your own ways.
Nor finding thine own pleasure.
Nor finding your own pleasures. Going to the movies, playing games and all that type of stuff. Looking at TV.
Nor.
Those are your things. Those are the things people normally do. Watching TV and all that type of stuff. Going to the movies. We're not supposed to do that on the Sabbath day. Not Israelites.
Nor speaking thine own words.
How does a person speak their own words on the Sabbath day? Talking about sports, talking about everything except what they ought to be talking about. They ought to be talking about scriptures. Always talking about the law. That's what they're supposed to be talking about on the Sabbath day. Scriptures, the laws. Not your own thing. What Shirley did, what you saw so-and-so did, that's your own words. All right? Now watch what happens once you do all that. Call the day, Sabbath day delight, honorable. Watch what's going to happen once you do all that.
Then,
14th verse.
Then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahweh.
See, some people can't delight themselves in the Sabbath day because they don't call it their delight and honorable to the Almighty. That's why they cannot find a delight in the Sabbath day. It said then, once you call the Sabbath day a delight and honorable, not finding your own ways, then it said, then shall you delight yourself in Yahweh. See, some people can't quit doing their own thing. That's why they cannot call the Sabbath day a delight. But once you see this as a delight and honorable to the Almighty, it said, then shall you delight yourself in Yahweh.
And I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob, thy father. For the mouth of Yahweh hath spoken it.
There you go. We can get all that foolishness talking about we can't keep the Sabbath day here. See, if we're going to be servants of the Creator, then we got to be witnesses to the things that He said. Yesterday, one of the Morays spoke about Psalms 4. Honor the sacrifices of righteousness. I thought that was deep. Now, what did that mean, though? Let's look at that. Psalms 4. What are the sacrifices of righteousness? See, we got to get understanding of the book before we can understand anything. Now look at Psalms 4, I think it is. Yes, Psalms 4. Start the 4th verse.
Stand in awe and sin not.
Take note, sin not. Even though the scripture said there's not a just man on this earth that does good and sin not, we're still not to sin. Try not to sin. Sin is what brings us down. Sin is what leads to our destruction. That's why it says stand in awe and sin not. All right?
Commune with your